So, if you couldn't tell yet from all of my other videos on this channel, I love arm balancing. I think it's really fun to float around. You get really good strong arms, shoulders, and for sure a strong core. So we're going to work towards 2 arm balances today. Side crane, which requires the twist, is generally a fairly easy arm balance to get into. And then Asta Vrksasana, 8-angle pose. So this whole class is going to build towards the Asta Vrksasana pose. And as always, I teach progressively, so it doesn't mean you have to get into the arm balance, but all of the prep for it is going to help. So let's get started. I'll see you on your mat. All right, let's take that right shin in front of the left one. Come and sit down, rest the hands on tops of the thighs, and you can play around with palms facing down. That might give you more grounded energy, or even palms spun up for slightly more invigorating, energizing energy. Sit tall with the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Activate your core now by drawing navel towards your spine. You might feel the tailbone tuck under just a bit. Give the shoulders a roll up, and then relax those shoulders down and far away from the ears. Sitting here in an active seated position, let's start to build the breath. Take a full inhale to fill the lungs and create space in the torso. And then exhale that air out. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, fill up, feel space being created in the lungs. Take a quick pause at the top with full lungs. And then sigh it out, exhale. And let's take one more full deep round of breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. And then seal the lips and breathe in and out through the nose, just starting to come to a comfortable pace with your breath. Noticing the space you have carved out within your day, within your home, to lay out your mat and to give yourself some care, some love. Allow the hands to press at heart center. Tuck your chin towards the chest. Flutter the eyes open, setting your drishti, gaze down at the fingertips. And then we'll begin to move with the breath. So your next inhale allows the arms to sweep behind you, up and overhead. And then the exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale again, find that big sweep up. And exhale, hands to heart. One more, breath in. And breath out. Now let's take those hands, gather the knees in. Notice that you still have a cross at the shins. Take a little lean back and lift those legs, cross at the ankles, squeeze those knees together. You can scoop up under your thighs, or palms are at heart center and you've got a cross-legged boat pose. We're going to take 3 rounds of dynamic work. So an inhale to get a little bit straighter with those arms and legs. And then exhale, tap down, hands to heart. So inhale, get bigger with your boat pose. And exhale, tap down. Last one. Inhale, extend. And exhale, release. Wrap the arms around the legs, tuck the chin, round in. And now let's come forward. So you can keep crossing the ankles and roll forward, or you can release the feet to the side and find your tabletop. Once the joints are stacked, we'll release a little bit through that low back, through the spine with some cat-cows. So on the inhale, lower belly, let the tailbone and the gaze rise. And on the exhale, a big tuck and round. Inhale, pull yourself forward, big breath in. Exhale, let it go to curl under. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, find center tabletop. Keep those fingers spread wide, but now step each foot back so you've got your high plank pose. Focus on pressing the mat away from you. Hug the navel to the spine. So we're getting a nice strong core, look straight down. And then to dog, hips high on the exhale. Feel free to half step the feet in and then start to move around in this downward face. Bending, pedaling, swaying. Shift around in your body. Notice what feels tight or a little bit stuck. Take some deep breaths. Let those heels spin out of your line of vision. And then inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, hop or step, feet to the hands. And exhale, release the chin to fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take one sun A. Breath in to reach up. Breath out to fold. Step back on the inhale. Let's take our first low plank. Exhale. Upward face, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Really begin to settle in here. If the heels aren't touching the mat, that's fine. You might try to bend the knees a little bit and see if that helps press the tailbone higher to the ceiling. Keep the fingers nice and wide and keep the breath full. Then let's drop those knees down to the mat and revisit tabletop again. If you need to circle out the wrists for a moment, you can do so. And then from here, extend your right leg into the air. So we're going to take a 3-part movement. So I'm going to slow it down this first round. So an inhale is going to be here with that leg really kicking back behind you. Then we're going to glide out a bit. Now you can bend the elbows a centimeter, or you can bend them quite a bit and lower down towards the mat. The hardest part, I think, is pressing right back up. And then we're going to sweep that leg off the right side of the mat. So we're going to piece those together. So with the breath, inhale, straighten that leg straight behind you. Exhale, come forward and bend the elbows. Inhale, press yourself back up. And exhale, sweep that leg right. So inhale, straight back. Exhale, take that push up. Inhale, press up. And exhale to sweep. Inhale, straight back, pause. Right toes down. Left foot meets you, high plank. Go straight to downward facing dog. And then let's get off of the wrists by hopping or stepping, feet to the top of the mat. Take a fold and now place the backs of the hands to the mat and tap each finger to the thumb as a way to release through the wrists. Let the head be heavy. Then inhale, sweep those arms all the way up overhead, return to stand, and exhale, hands to heart center. Let's find chair pose. Soften through the knees and sweep those arms up high. The weight is rested in the heels and draw the navel in once again. Let's extend the arms wide like a T shape, thumbs squeezing back. Take a twist to the left. Now look down. The knees are in line with each other and you're pressing that right arm behind you. Inhale, back to center, palms meet up overhead. Exhale, let's now take that twist towards the right. So continue. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. And exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left and pause. So you can stay here, or an option to take this a little bit lower. This right hand is going to slice across to that left thigh, and then you can guide yourself down. Maybe that elbow comes between or to the outside of that left knee. And then that left arm can reach all the way up and over towards the opposite side of the room. On your next inhale, we'll come all the way up to a tall chair pose, and then straighten, exhale, hands to heart. Let's take it all the way up on the inhale, sweep, and forward fold, exhale. Inhale to step back, high plank pose, and exhale, chaturanga, low plank. Upward facing dog, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Now let's take that right leg high into the air, three-legged dog. And we're going to spin that hip open and bend into the right knee. Notice if you can keep that left heel grounded to the mat, and don't let that left foot swing towards the left with you, so you still should not see that left heel. Now we're going to take a big movement. So on your exhale, straighten that the right leg again. Look forward and now try to tap right knee towards left elbow. Inhale, all the way up and open. Same thing. Exhale, come forward, tap left. Let's go two more. Inhale, up and open. And exhale, tap left. Inhale, open. And exhale, tap. Now inhale, straighten that leg into the air. Look forward, and this time we're stepping forward on the exhale. So you got your right foot inside that right thumb. Left heel stay stacked over the toe mound, and then let's come all the way up to your high lunge. Sink into that front knee. And now we'll take the same twist. So the arms are going to go wide. This time, hold your twist towards the right. Left arm is going to reach up by the ear, and right hand can drop down behind you, maybe inside or outside of that right hip. So keep lunging forward, twisting, and adding a little back bend. Now come back to center, arms up overhead. Drop that back heel down, and let's come into your warrior two. Gaze over the right fingertips. Allow the hips to fall between the feet. And then hands to hips. Straighten that front leg, and the right foot will angle in so feet are parallel. Now let's take the left toes to face back just for a pose. Bend into that knee. We've got warrior two facing the back of the mat. Now reach all the way past those left toes, left elbow to left thigh, right arm up and over for side angle facing the back of the mat. Gaze could be lifted a little higher towards the ceiling here, and rotate that right shoulder open behind you. Now let's look down to that left foot and frame it with both of your hands. You're lifting that back right heel up, so you've got this runner's lunge. Right hand stays down, left hand to your left thigh. Now let's take a twist open to the left. Option to stack those shoulders and reach that left arm higher. Another option to work that core a bit more. Get lighter on right hand, and right hand reaches all the way towards the back of the mat. Now we're going to do a spinning rise up to warrior two. So float yourself up, reland that back heel down, hands to hips, straighten front leg, and now those left toes face in. Feet are parallel once again. We'll take the forward fold. Lift on the inhale, and Prasarita Padottanasana A, hands all the way down to the mat. So the legs stay nice and long, and you can walk those hands more underneath you, releasing the head. Big breath here. Weight is even in the feet. Walk the arms straight out in front of you, and then keep the legs as they are. Just walk the hands over towards that right foot. So you're reaching far away with that left hand to get space in the left body. Once again, let the gaze fall underneath you. Now we're going to continue walking all the way to the top of the mat. So you've got this low lunge. Let's pick up front foot and step back, high plank pose. High plank to low plank, exhale. Upward facing dog, breath in, and downward facing dog, exhale. Let's walk those hands backwards to the feet at the back of your mat. Hands come up to the hips. Inhale, rise up, and exhale. Everything meets at center. So we're going to do some standing balances to walk our way back to the top of the mat. Starting with a simple tree pose on the left side. So you'll hug that left knee in, open that knee towards the side, and then land the foot above or below the knee, and then palms will find center. So you can stay here, really feeling the balance and strength of that right leg, or those arms can extend, taking an interlace and pressing the palms to the ceiling. Hands back down. Let's extend that left leg, give it a little spin, and then step that foot about halfway. So now we find a figure four. Bend into both of the knees. The right ankle comes onto left thigh, and you can stay nice and tall, finding the balance. And then you can start to work it deeper by sitting back, imagining you're sitting down in a chair. If you want more of a challenge, add a twist here towards the left. Come back to center, straighten up, extend that leg, and place it at the top of the mat. Top of your left foot grounds down behind you, and the arms are going to sweep to interlace at the low back. Roll the shoulders down, extend the knuckles down, lean into that right foot, and try to float that left one. And let's come back to center, straighten up, sweep those arms up, and exhale, hands to center. So we're going to prep towards side crane here. The feet are going to stay together. We're going to reach up and forward fold, tempting those fingertips out in front of you. Now you're going to lift the heels and take it into a low squat. Now listen to where it works in your body. You can stop anywhere along this preparatory phase. Hands can come to heart center, and you work on stacking those shoulders over the hips. Next piece is you could take this into your crane pose. So we'd start by taking a twist over towards the right. You can drop the elbow down to the middle of the thighs, taking it a little lower, or if you're able to get to the outside of the thighs, hands could come down off the side of the mat. So if you're working towards that side crane, know that your face is going to come quite close to the floor. Left elbow to the knee, right elbow to the outer hip, bend into the elbows, head lowers, and then the feet with counterbalance will float off of the mat. And then try to come out the way you came in. So reverse the twist. Now let's let those hips rise. Separate the feet about hips distance. Take your peace fingers, loop big toes, heart forward, inhale, and then release into a forward fold. Inhale to straight arms. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take a step back, plank pose. Exhale, low plank. Upward face, breath in, and downward face, breath out. Let's return to sit. So this time you'll have the left shin in front of the right shin, a simple crisscross, hands down or face up. Roll onto the center of the hips, sit up tall. You can close the eyes for a few breaths. And let's gather the knees in. So the ankles are going to cross. Float them, and you've got the left on top of the right. Squeeze those knees in. Either stay holding behind you or hands to heart. And we're going to work the dynamic movement. So a breath in, maybe you stay here or you extend arms and legs. Exhale, we'll meet down. Inhale, take a sweep up. And exhale to tap. Again, inhale and exhale. Wrap those arms around the legs, tuck in, and then let's come forward to your tabletop. From tabletop, that left leg into the air, and here's where we're going to do that three-part movement. So first we will glide forward and bend those elbows. Inhale, push back up. Now we sweep that leg over to the left. So inhale, straight behind you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. And exhale, sweep left. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. And exhale, sweep. Inhale back and lower those toes down. Right foot meets plank pose. Let's go straight to downward facing dog and take a hop or a step forward, feet to hands. Exhale, take a fold. Let's bring the backs of the hands down to the mat. Tap each finger to the thumb. Release the head. Then a breath in to sweep those arms up, come nice and tall, and hands to heart, exhale. So let's find your chair pose again. Bend the knees, extend the arms, and the arms go wide like a T shape. Let's take the twist. Exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, center, arms up overhead. And then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right, and hold. So draw that left thumb back. And now to take it further, you would take that left hand, slice it across, sink those hips, and the elbow can come down between or outside of the thigh. The right arm then extends up and over. So you've got your twist, strong legs, and side body. Then let's take this into your fold. Come all the way down to release. Step back on your inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Let's stack the hip, lift that knee, but drop the right heel. And we'll take those big sweeps. So on your exhale, come forward. Try to tap left knee to right elbow. And inhale, take it back up and over. Exhale, come forward, tap. And inhale, up and over. Exhale. And inhale, open. Last one, exhale. And inhale. Now look forward and step that foot to the top of the mat and rise up, high lunge. Your high lunge is going to turn into a twist, so the arms wide again, twist towards the left, but now the right arm reaches up and the left hand down, inside or outside thigh. Commit to the lunge in that front knee and reach the right arm up and back. And then come out of it and into your warrior two. Settle into that front knee. And here's where we're going to move around. So hands to hips, straighten the leg, and the feet are parallel. Now the right toes kick back, and you've got warrior two to the back of the mat. Now reach out, right elbow down, left arm up and over, side angle. Look down, frame that right foot, pause, come to the ball of that back foot, and it's your twist. Left hand down, right hand thigh, twist open to the right. You can stack those shoulders if you did so on first side, reaching right arm up. If you took the challenge, lighter on those left fingertips, extend that left arm out. And we'll all windmill back up, warrior two. Hands to hips, straighten that front leg, and those right toes will come in. Taking the forward fold, lift up, breath in, and Prasarita Padottanasana A. Forward fold, hands down to the mat. Let's take those hands now and walk them towards that left foot. So the legs stay in that V shape. Release the head. And then start to walk all the way back around so you're at the top of the mat. Left foot steps high plank. Exhale, low plank. Upward face and downward facing dog. The hands walk backwards to the feet again. Take a folding exhale. All the way up to standing, inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. So let's take those standing balances again, starting with tree pose on the right side. Open the knee to the right, place the foot above or below the knee. You don't want to press your foot against your knee joint. It's just too vulnerable of a place to be pushing at it from the side. If you went further, arms can sweep, hands interlace, and palms press to the ceiling. Then back through center, kick right leg, give it a spin, and step it about halfway. Now we're going to take your figure four, so bend into both knees, and bring that left ankle atop right thigh. You can stay exactly as you are, or sit lower in your chair. Challenging further, taking it twist right. Center, straighten that leg, give it a spin, and tap that foot down. Top of the right foot down for this variation of dancer pose. Arms wide, interlace hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down and back, lean into that left foot and float your right leg. The arms may also lift off of that low back. And and then release at center. You can pedal the feet out and hands to hips. So let's sweep the arms up on a breath in, and then just tent those fingertips out in front of you. We're coming into that prep for your side crane, Parsva-Bakasana. Lift those heels, squeeze the knees in, and take your lowering down. Hands can then come all the way up to heart center. Next piece, if you're going further, you twist left. Lower twist, right elbow comes down or to the outside of the leg. Working towards your arm balance, the hands off the side of the mat. Right elbow to that left knee. Left elbow to the back hip. Lean into it. Create that little shelf for your leg. And then as a counterbalance, those feet can float. Let's land down, come back to center. Lift those hips, straighten the legs, feet a little wider. This time we're stepping on the hands as a way to release the wrists. Let the head go, Padahastasana. And then look out in front of you. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale to your high plank pose. And exhale to your low plank. Upward facing dog, breath in. And downward facing dog, breath out. Now let's come to sit. All right, we're going to put some things together to come towards 8 angle pose, which is another arm balance. It's called Vrksasana. So if you're not familiar with the pose or you're not into working into arm balances, you can still get into the prep of this pose. So we've got 2 sides to get into the pose. Let's start with one side. Your left leg is going to go wider and the right ankle is going to cross on top. So similar to what we did in the boat pose. Now you're going to slide that left heel closer to you, so right is on top, and squeeze those legs together. Right hand down, left hand, shimmy it through the legs and land that hand down. Squeeze the legs against the arm. So you can take the prep here by taking a little lean back, squeeze the arm, and see if you can float the legs. So you can work there, tapping and lifting. Another prep piece is you can lean into the hands, squeeze those legs, but now lift the hips up and down. So you'd work more of the arm balance part of it. So legs lift, hips lift, or put them together for 8 angle pose. I like to come into it by bending the elbows, lifting the hips, and then floating those legs out towards the side. Enough of that. Straighten the legs. Take it all the way down. Feet together, knees wide, a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take some deep breaths. Wrap the arms around the legs. Take a rock side to side. And come all the way back up to seated. So we have to take it now to the other side. So you'll straighten that right leg off the side of the mat and the left ankle crosses on top. So bend the knees and squeeze those knees together. So that is working those inner thighs, the outer hips, just giving you all the strength to then float the legs. Left hand down, right hand in between those legs and squeeze against the arm. Feel the legs doing all that work. First piece, you could lean back almost like a boat pose and work on straightening those legs, squeeze the arm. Or you take it forward and you try to lift those hips off of the mat. And you can do back and forth, one and the other. Or you put them together. So again, I usually like to lean into it, bend the elbows, lift the hips, and then straighten those legs out. Then release, come out of it, extend those legs forward, give them a nice releasing shake, and then backs of hands down to the mat. Lift the chest and tuck your chin, staff pose. So just a nice release for the hands. We did a couple of arm balances today. Lift the chin and forward fold. And look forward, and we'll take our very final vinyasa. Roll it forward, hands to the top of the mat. Step, step, high plank pose. Final low plank. Upward dog and downward facing dog. Few more movements in this downward face if you'd like. And then let's come to sit. Let's end with a happy baby. So onto your back, the feet into the air. Let those thighs drop to the sides of the ribs. You can give a rock side to side. And wrap those arms around the legs. Pull your nose towards the knees. Big breath in. And the exhale to let it all go. Allow yourself to find a comfortable pose and enjoy this rest. And take a deep breath. Move around feet and hands, head and neck. Hug those knees into center and take a landing onto your right side. Then come all the way up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet with hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra, mutual sign of gratitude, honor, and respect. Let's take another virtual breath together. Inhale and let it go. Thank you and namaste. Lovely work. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week, everybody.